Discover the inspiring story of Henry Ford, the entrepreneur and industrial pioneer who transformed transportation and changed how the modern world manufactures goods. In this documentary, we explore Henry Ford's journey from a curious farm boy to the visionary behind one of history's most influential companies. More than building automobiles, Ford revolutionized manufacturing through innovation, efficiency, and the moving assembly line, making reliable transportation accessible to millions of people. This documentary explores timeless lessons about vision, persistence, leadership, continuous improvement, simplicity, and creating products that genuinely serve others. Henry Ford's legacy reminds us that true innovation is not only about inventing something new, it is about making life better for everyday people. Whether you're an entrepreneur, investor, engineer, business owner, student, or a lifelong learner, Ford's story offers practical wisdom that remains relevant today. Featured in the Legends series: Jesse Livermore, Benjamin Graham, Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, Peter Lynch, John Templeton, Jack Bogle, Steve Jobs, Philip Fisher, Howard Marks, Bill Gates, Jensen Huang, Nikola Tesla, Thomas Edison, Leonardo da Vinci, Henry Ford. If you enjoyed this documentary, please subscribe, and share the lesson from Henry Ford that inspired you the most. New documentaries featuring legendary investors, inventors, entrepreneurs, innovators, and visionaries are coming soon. Henry Ford, the visionary who put the world on wheels. Part 1. The Power of Simplicity. History is often changed, not by those who invent something entirely new, but by those who make it available to everyone. Before Henry Ford, automobiles were rare. They were expensive, complicated, and beyond the reach of most families. Many believed cars would remain a luxury for the wealthy. Henry Ford believed otherwise. He imagined a future where ordinary people could own an automobile, a future where distance became shorter, travel became easier, and opportunity became more accessible. His greatest achievement was not simply building cars. It was changing the way the world moved. This is the story of Henry Ford, the visionary who put the world on wheels. Chapter 1. A Curious Farm Boy. Henry Ford was born in 1863 on a farm in Michigan. From an early age, machines fascinated him. He enjoyed taking mechanical objects apart, studying how they worked, then putting them back together. While others accepted machines as they were, Henry wondered how they could be improved. Curiosity became the foundation of his future. He understood that every machine reflected an idea, and every idea could be made better. Chapter 2. Seeing Opportunity. As the Industrial Revolution transformed society, Henry Ford recognized an opportunity. Transportation was changing. Steam engines had already reshaped industry, but personal transportation remained limited. Ford imagined a practical automobile that ordinary working families could afford. His vision extended beyond engineering. He saw how one invention could improve daily life for millions of people. The greatest entrepreneurs often recognize possibilities long before the rest of the world does. Chapter 3. Building for Everyone. Creating an automobile was only the beginning. Henry Ford wanted to reduce costs without sacrificing quality. He believed that innovation should not benefit only a few. It should improve life for many. That philosophy guided his decisions. He searched for better methods, simpler designs, and more efficient production. Innovation reaches its greatest value when it becomes accessible. A truly great invention changes everyday life. Chapter 4. A Vision Larger Than One Product. Henry Ford understood that a car was more than a machine. It represented freedom, mobility, opportunity. People could travel farther, find new jobs, visit distant family, explore places they had never seen before. Sometimes the greatest innovations are not measured by the products themselves, but by the opportunities they create. Closing reflection. Henry Ford reminds us that true innovation is not only about creating something new, it is about making life better for ordinary people. His vision reshaped transportation, industry, and the modern economy. In the next chapter, we'll explore how Ford revolutionized manufacturing, the lessons behind his success, and why simplicity and efficiency remain powerful ideas even today. Henry Ford, the visionary who put the world on wheels. Part 2, Building a Better System. Chapter 5, More Than an Automobile. Henry Ford did not simply want to build a better automobile. He wanted to build a better system. He believed that a great invention should not remain a luxury reserved for a fortunate few. It should improve everyday life for ordinary people. This idea shaped every decision he made. Instead of asking, "How can I build the most expensive car?" he asked, "How can I build the most useful one?" Sometimes the greatest innovations are not the most complicated. They are the ones that solve real problems for the greatest number of people. Chapter 6, The Power of Simplicity. Ford understood that simplicity is often a competitive advantage. Complex systems are difficult to build, difficult to maintain, and difficult to improve. Simple systems allow people to work more efficiently. Customers also benefit. Products become easier to understand, more reliable, and more affordable. The pursuit of simplicity requires discipline. It often means removing what is unnecessary so that what remains becomes stronger. Great design is not about adding more. It is about making the essential work exceptionally well. Chapter 7, Continuous Improvement. Henry Ford never believed success was permanent. Every process could be improved. Every product could become better. Every day presented another opportunity to learn. Rather than becoming satisfied with yesterday's achievements, he looked toward tomorrow's possibilities. This mindset of continuous improvement became one of the driving forces behind his success. Small improvements, repeated consistently over many years, can transform an entire industry. Progress is rarely created by one giant leap. More often, it is built through countless small steps forward. Chapter 8, Leadership Through Vision. People often focus on Henry Ford's factories, but factories alone did not change the world. Vision did. Ford saw a future that many others could not yet imagine. He inspired people to build toward that future. Great leaders do more than manage today's work. They help others see tomorrow's possibilities. Vision gives direction. Purpose creates motivation. And together, they inspire extraordinary achievements. Closing reflection. Henry Ford reminds us that lasting success is not measured only by what we create. It is measured by how many lives we improve. Innovation becomes meaningful when it serves people. Leadership becomes powerful when it inspires others. And progress becomes lasting when we continue improving long after our first success. In the next chapter, we'll explore the challenges Henry Ford faced, the criticism he encountered, and the timeless lessons his life still offers entrepreneurs, innovators, and lifelong learners today. Henry Ford, the visionary who put the world on wheels. Part 3, Changing the World Through Industry. Chapter 9, The Assembly Line. One of Henry Ford's greatest contributions was not a new automobile. It was a new way of building one. Rather than having workers assemble an entire vehicle from beginning to end, Ford organized production into a series of specialized steps. Each person focused on a specific task. Each completed part moved steadily to the next stage. This method became known as the moving assembly line. The result was remarkable. Cars could be built more efficiently. Cost decreased. Quality became more consistent. And automobiles became affordable for millions of families. Sometimes innovation is not about creating a new product. It is about discovering a better process. Chapter 10, Success Brings New Challenges. As Ford's company grew, new challenges emerged. Managing a large organization required more than technical skill. It required leadership, communication, decision-making, and the ability to adapt to changing circumstances. Success often creates responsibilities that did not exist at the beginning. The skills needed to build something are not always the same skills needed to sustain it. Great leaders continue learning as their responsibilities grow. Chapter 11, Serving the Customer. Henry Ford believed that lasting success depended on creating value for customers. People did not simply want a machine. They wanted dependable transportation. They wanted reliability, affordability, and confidence that the product would improve their daily lives. Businesses that focus only on selling often struggle. Businesses that focus on solving real problems tend to earn lasting trust. That principle remains just as relevant today as it was more than a century ago. Chapter 12. Progress Never Stops. Even after achieving extraordinary success, Henry Ford understood that the world would continue changing. New technologies would emerge. New competitors would appear. New ideas would reshape industries. Progress is not a destination. It is an ongoing journey. The organizations and individuals who remain curious, adaptable, and committed to improvement are the ones most likely to thrive over the long term. Closing reflection. Henry Ford reminds us that change in the world is not always about inventing something completely new. Sometimes it is about making something better, more efficient, more accessible, more useful. Innovation reaches its greatest potential when it improves everyday life. In the final chapter, we'll explore Henry Ford's enduring legacy and the timeless lessons that continue to inspire entrepreneurs, innovators, manufacturers, and leaders around the world. Henry Ford, the visionary who put the world on wheels. Part 4, The Timeless Lesson. Chapter 13, Innovation that Serves People. Henry Ford believed that innovation should improve everyday life. Technology alone is not enough. A great invention creates value only when it helps people solve real problems. Ford's vision was larger than building automobiles. He wanted families to travel farther, workers to reach new opportunities, communities to become more connected. Progress is measured not only by what we create, but by how many lives we improve. The greatest innovations are those that make the ordinary person's life a little better. Chapter 14, The Discipline to Keep Improving. No achievement remains perfect forever. Every generation discovers better ideas, better tools, better methods. Henry Ford understood that lasting success requires continuous improvement. The willingness to ask, "How can this be done better?" is one of the most valuable habits any person can develop. Progress rarely arrives through one dramatic breakthrough. It grows through steady refinement over many years. Small improvements accumulate into extraordinary results. Chapter 15, A Legacy Beyond the Automobile. Today, Henry Ford is remembered as one of history's great industrialists. Yet his greatest legacy extends far beyond automobiles. He demonstrated that vision, combined with disciplined execution, could reshape an entire industry. His methods influenced manufacturing around the world. His ideas encouraged entrepreneurs to think bigger. His example reminds us that solving practical problems can create lasting impact. A meaningful legacy is built not only through invention, but through service to others. Chapter 16, The Timeless Lesson. Henry Ford teaches us that great ideas deserve great execution. Curiosity begins a journey. Persistence keeps it moving. Simplicity makes it useful. And service gives it purpose. The future belongs to those who continue learning, continue improving, and continue building solutions that help others. Whether we are inventors, entrepreneurs, investors, teachers, or students, the same principle remains true. When we focus on creating genuine value, success often follows. Closing reflection. Henry Ford's story reminds us that extraordinary achievements are rarely the result of one brilliant moment. They are built through vision, hard work, continuous improvement, and a commitment to making life better for others. His legacy lives on not only in the automobiles that transform transportation, but in the enduring belief that innovation should be practical, accessible, and meaningful. As we continue exploring the lives of history's greatest thinkers and builders, we discover that each followed a different path, yet they all shared one quality. They believed tomorrow could be better than today, and they devoted their lives to helping make it so. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life and lessons of Henry Ford. If you enjoyed this documentary, consider subscribing as we continue exploring the timeless wisdom of history's greatest investors, inventors, entrepreneurs, innovators, and visionaries. Because every legend leaves behind more than success. They leave behind lessons. Until next time, keep learning from the legends.